He is here in L.A. to launch the SiriusXM Hollywood studios. His third bestseller is Howard Stern Comes Again, the king of all media. Howard Stern is over here. How are you? Great to see you.
Wow.
Howard?
I tell you, Bill, thank you. Very exciting. You know what it is? I'm never in Los Angeles, so it seems very exciting when I am here. Back in New York, no one pays attention.
That's bullshit.
I love it here. You know, it's fun.
Really? Because I've listened to you the last couple. I've listened to you all the time, and you have a lot of anxiety just about the packing.
My God. I have
Why
so
much anxiety? It's not Vietnam in the '60s. It's Los Angeles.
For me, it is. I mean,
Really?
yeah. It's
Why?
like I don't like to travel. I like the comfort of my own home studio, but I have to say it was kind of fun coming out here. You know, with weed being legal.
You don't smoke weed.
I don't smoke weed, but everyone is very quiet. It's very nice. Very peaceful. I like it.
But I know you love your home and you love your quiet studio, but come on, the one thing you don't get, and don't tell me you don't like it, is that ovation. Stop it. You like
lovely. This is lovely. No, I like this, but when I'm working and I'm, because I wrote this book, part of the thing that I like about doing these interviews is that there is no audience, that the audience, it's quiet in the studio, you forget that you're on the radio, and a lot of truth comes out. You were a guest on my show, and I thought that you were amazing, and
you really were.
And I thought we had this great discussion about your career in comedy.
Everything. And 90 minutes it went.
It went 90 minutes. And it was, that's what I love about satellite radio.
Yeah.
The fact that...
not a lot of people could do it. You do it. Right. You get people to be confessorial. Why?
Well, I think it's because I'm genuinely interested. And I'm inquisitive. I have a lot of questions. And I often say this, and I think I told you this, that I got involved in psychotherapy. And I really enjoyed the process of sitting there and being listened to. And I thought, well, if my guests could really be listened to and really be heard, it might be a really nice experience. And because I was on satellite radio and we had so much time that I could sit there with someone and not cut them off, but give them an opportunity to really express themselves. And I ended up with this great collection of interviews with some of my heroes. It's great.
It's a terrific book. And,
thank you.
Now that we've plugged it.
We didn't plug it for Christmas, but that's okay.
That's right. It's Thanks Hollow.
I swear to you, that's why I came out to L.A. The publisher said, it'd be great if you got out there and pushed your book for Christmas.
You're a man of your word.
And I did it.
You said to me at Jerry Seinfeld's birthday party, you said, I will do your show. And that's rare. You don't do a lot of shows, so I appreciate it. And by the way,
and you know what's weird? Thank you. But you know what's weird about this show? I've been sitting in my hotel room all day obsessing about it because it's a weird time out here in L.A. in terms of the actual time that you go live.
7.
And I found that, I sat in my room. No, it's weird for me because I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I'm like a big baby. So I'm like,
we'll hurry it up.
No, I was like, should I eat dinner before I come to Bill's show or not? And what would I eat? I mean, these were big decisions.
Right.
And then I was actually going to be very L.A. and go to the pool and hang out. And I went, no, if I do that, my hair won't dry in time. And I do want to look my best for this show. So there you go. There was my day. So, but I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you, and I'm very happy that we got to be friends again, because I swear to God...
it was too long.
I swear to God, when I listen to you, I think there's only 2 sane people left in America, and it's me and this guy I'm listening to. Because I swear to God, because I invariably agree with you on everything. Everything that comes up.
Well, I felt awful that we weren't talking for so long because I'm such a fan of this show, and I think this show is so necessary right now. And Bill's voice, and I'll say one other thing, if I may. I really am shocked. I know you probably don't care about winning an Emmy, and I know you've been nominated, but you've never actually won.
40 times.
Is it really 40 times? 40 times. I mean, give the man an Emmy already.
But see, this gets...
You do it. I mean, not many guys are working live.
But this gets about something else we have in common.
Yes.
Why I don't win that Emmy? We're honest people. People
you
don't
think that-
like honesty. They say they do. The fans do.
But why, if Hollywood is such a liberal town, you would think Hollywood would
Because
be...
that's why you and I are the last sane people, because we're liberals, but we don't go for all the bullshit on the far left.
Right.
And
maybe that's, I don't know what it is.
And that's not good enough for the liberals who vote at the Academy.
So you think that the Academy is that well thought out, and they're conspiring against you?
Look,
but I don't
first
like
of
it.
all,
I really do think you deserve an Emmy.
I appreciate that. But you know what? Winning, that's for losers.
That's right.
But it's interesting because, you know, we do have this other parallel. I mean, I moved here in 2003. You moved to Sirius, off terrestrial in 2005.
It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
We both had these second acts.
Yes.
Right, in places.
For me and for you, it's true. When the United States government decided to go after me, you know, the censorship, the religious right, it really was mind-boggling because the stations that I worked for were being fined. It was a form of racketeering by the United States government. They were preventing these companies that hired me to do further business. So I was really boxed in. I felt my show was being edited to death. It was just debilitating. So moving to satellite radio was a godsend. And really, it just freed me to do what I really wanted. So, you know, for me, the show has never been better. And in terms of my life, I just feel a lot more relaxed.
Well, because again, like we are what Frank Sinatra would have said was in the autumn of our years.
Yes, I know. It's very depressing. We've talked about it.
By the way, not a wrinkle on your face.
Is that right?
That's pretty amazing.
Look at me. And God knows you're gorgeous.
Okay, let's not.
Oh, you're so homophobic.
Yeah, well, you're the one who puts that shit on your hands every day.
On,
you know that's not good for you. I'll get to that later.
I jumped 15 times.
That's horrible. We have to. I know. I got to go to Vegas right after the show. I know you wouldn't stay anyway.
Right.
But we have to talk about health off stage sometime.
Yes.
You have some shitty ideas about it. Okay.
About health?
Yes, you do.
What are you talking about?
I'm not going to talk about it here. I want to talk about many other things we have limited.
You know I'm on Metamucil right now.
Okay.
Extra fiber. You have no idea how that changed my life. When my doctor told me to go on Metamucil, I was like, that's for old people. I don't do that. Changed my life. Toto toilet.
Okay.
Peloton.
I know.
What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. But what's so amazing is that when I hear you talk about so many things, I wrote you this note about when you were talking about show tunes in your house.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. You
My
think
parents
you heard My Boy Bill a lot?
Oh my God. My parents played Damn Yankees.
We all had we all had the same boomers. We all had the same childhood.
And yet, as you point out, the one big difference between us is I am in a committed, loving relationship with a woman. And you know, the amazing thing about Bill Maher, and by the way, I worked with Bill Maher's father.
Yes.
When I worked at NBC Radio, he was a fabulous guy.
He was.
And there's no, you know, this is so rushed. I should really have the whole hour to myself.
Yes.
So
Come back and you can.
But I wanted to say, the thing we really should get into this. I don't understand. Like, I don't even see you.
Why are you leaning into me for this?
I don't see you. Listen,
this is why I don't have a relationship. Go too close.
I know you're a heterosexual male.
And then some.
What is it? Do you ever have like a serious girlfriend because we don't see you anymore?
Okay, first of all, this is my interview of you.
All right.
Sit back.
We need way more time.
Way more time. But
let me see something. Are you alive?
Right.
Oh, look at that.
Some people might say when you're married, you're not alive.
Oh,
some people.
I am so happily married.
I know, but that's you. People are so personal about this issue.
No.
Why? We don't have to judge. You're not better or I'm not worse because we have different.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't need a girlfriend.
You don't need one?
Not in the traditional sense. Depends on what you mean by girlfriend.
Is there someone that maybe you hang out with that you adore and makes you feel good?
Yes.
How do you?
But
isn't it fun?
But it's not one person.
Wow.
And that's where we're different.
You're so angry.
I'm not. I'm angry.
We're having fun.
That you're taking over my show.
All right, sorry.
So you don't know how to. See, you don't know how to.
Go ahead.
No.
You asked me a question. My question was good.
Why are you so fucked up? No, that's not.
That's
No,
going to
no.
take more than a minute.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, you're in therapy. I don't get that. And you've been in therapy. I heard
Therapy
you.
changed my life. First
I know,
of all,
but you said 25 years?
yeah, 25
Okay.
years.
To me, that's a scam.
It is not. Don't even put that out there. In my book,
You
I
can't-
do explain why it was so important in my life. It made me a better father, made me a better human being.
But when are you done?
Made me happier.
When are you cured?
You know what? I don't know that I'm cured, but I need someone to talk to who can.
You talk every day to
But
millions.
that's not real. Stop it. You know, come on.
Okay, but
We're
back to
talking mental health.
If I could say the woman thing, I heard you with Demi Moore this week,
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston, and you've said this too. Because your mother was depressed, and you took it upon yourself to cheer her up.
Yes.
You have the savior complex with women. You're Captain Save-A-Ho.
You're right. No, you're right. My mother was profoundly sad. My mother lost her mother when she was 9 years old. And being raised by a woman who had no mother, in a sense, needed a parent.
Right.
And yeah, I did spend a lot of time with my mother trying to cheer her up and trying to make her happy. And I didn't want to see her sad. And I think that has carried over in my adult life. My relationships with women, I kind of look for someone and I try to be all things and be, you know, a hero and all of that stuff. And that's not healthy. And that's one of the reasons I went into therapy. And I think my relationship with my wife now is a lot more even keeled because I'm not sitting there trying to save her. I mean, except from me. But, you know, imagine me crawling on top of you. Oh, think somebody likes that. I mean, Bill, think about it. It's not a pleasant experience.
It looked like it was about to happen.
Yeah.
But you know,
It could.
I mean, when you got divorced, I
Yes.
remember a lot of people said, you know, what saved Howard, because that was back when you were an asshole. And I told you on your show, I was an asshole too. I just wasn't an asshole to you.
I was an asshole to you, and I take full responsibility.
I know, and I appreciate that
And I've
so much.
apologized for that. I really do, because I love the guy.
And
Yeah.
by the way, one of the great things about being this age, even though we are older, and the bad thing is we'll be dead sooner,
Right.
the fact that when we were young, not just you, so many feuds and fights. And when you get to this age, it all seems stupid.
But that's
and you
why,
it's all about forgiveness and making up.
But that's
Priceless.
why therapy really is a good thing.
I didn't need it. I got
but
there.
But okay, that's you. But I was at war
Right.
with the world.
I
was a guy who was very angry. And I was angry if anybody had a listener or an audience that wasn't mine.
Right.
So I was competing with everyone.
I
and it led to a lot of friendships that broke up.
Right.
So in any case, that's another reason that therapy was good for me. Not for
you.
you, because you're perfect.
Right? No, I'm not
And
perfect.
by the way, he is perfect. The
I'm
17
not.
women he's dating
I'm
think
not.
he's wonderful.
Well, that's a lot closer to
I'm
true
sure
than
they're
you know.
thrilled with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's personal. Some people need therapy and marriage, and some people
What
don't.
about these women that you...
Okay,
Don't
let's
they-
not. No, we're not.
Where are
okay.
they?
No.
I invite you
It's
to come on my show with all 17
It's
of them.
my question.
Yes.
It's my question.
Yes.
My question. It's not 17.
How many?
Stop it.
14. Give us a number. Where do you hide them?
Stop it. So when you got divorced, a lot of people said, you know, the reason why Howard was able to be an asshole is because his saving grace was he loved his wife. And in America, there's nothing better than you can do than to love your wife. So
Right.
it's like we forgive him for all the asshole stuff. Now that he's divorced,
Right.
he's going to lose that. The fans never left. Not
No,
for
they
a minute.
didn't. And you know what?
And it's
my
just
fans,
such a good lesson.
But, you know, my fans are very loyal to me, and I think the reason they did, and I think the reason, seriously, that they didn't leave is that I was upfront and honest with them.
Yes.
And I never tried to present myself like the religious right does. Oh, you know, we have the perfect relationships and marriages forever and this and that. I didn't lie about that kind of stuff. And, you know, when you present yourself as holier than thou, then people call you a hypocrite.
Right.
But if you say, look, I'm human, and not everything works out, I think people are willing to forgive you.
Absolutely. And the thing that I love that you're most honest about, that no one's honest about, jealousy. It's a theme in your show.
Yes.
You know, you always say it when you are jealous.
And I'm
So
jealous all the time.
Right. And I'm jealous of things you have, not the personal stuff.
Right.
I'm jealous that, you know, you get away with shit I can't get away with. And that always...
Yeah, why is that?
Because, first of all, you don't have a politically correct audience. This is a good audience, but I sometimes have to fight my way through that bullshit.
By the way, one of the things, when I interviewed
You have
Bill
total
recently,
support when you talk. You
When
only
I-
have Robin, who's awesome.
Right.
And that's it.
Very awesome.
You don't have to, right.
Because that's the advantage. I am such a recluse and seriously shy.
I know.
That going into radio for me as a young man was perfect. I would sit in these booths by myself in the beginning, and I wouldn't have to look at an audience, and it was fabulous. Because who wants to look at an audience? I just would imagine one guy in his car, and that's who I was broadcasting to. And you know, and quite honestly, you said to me in the interview, as much as you love your audience, you also you fantasize about not having these people here, and you can all leave right now.
Actually, they're getting better.
They're getting better. They're behaving better.
Well, we're trying.
But it bothers you to have the live audience as well.
It bothers me to not be able to say the thing I want to say that they really agree with, but because they're out in public, they have to be, oh, we're good people, we can't laugh at that. Or we have to groan to show that we're good people. And that shit pisses me off.
And by the way, as a broadcaster, as one broadcaster to another, I have to tell you, it is very liberating. I'm not sitting there being monitored.
Right.
It's only my own fantasy that's going on.
I listened to you last week, and you had an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator.
It's fabulous.
And he did 20 minutes on, Robin, I got to come on your tits. Robin, I'm coming. I'm jerking off right now. I'm splooging all over you. And then I listened the other day, and you have a special guest, and I hear Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, and I think, oh, it's another Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator. It's the real one.
It was the
Even
real
after you did that, the real one came on.
And
that
Bill,
made me jealous.
It was so great to have the governor
know.
there, because at one point I turned to Arnold, the real Arnold, and I said, Governor, be honest with us. I need you to tell me the truth. What's going to happen when we die? Now, most people, if you said that, would say, how the heck would I know? I don't know. He goes, well, it's going to happen to you. You're going to lay there dead, and nothing is going to be there. There's going to be no heaven. There's not going to be anything. Okay. You're just going to lay there and rot. Then I said, that is a fantastic answer.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Stern.
No.
I gotta.
Really? What are you going to go do?
I gotta do the panel.
You're going to talk to these people. Who do you have on the panel? You want me to stay, or you want
to do the panel?
Listen,
I know. You gotta get back to the pool, everything. All right. Thank you so much.
Come here. Come here, you.
I love you. All right. I love you too. Howard Stern.